firstly, I like to iterate that religion cannot be the cover to deny women their basic rights, their right to worship. So as I stood for the abrogation of triple talaq, so similarly, I stand with my women sisters for their right to worship. And today we cannot defile a physiological process, a biological process, and say that women between the age of 10 to 50 are impure. There's nothing impure about a menstrual cycle. Everyone sitting here in the audience today has been conceived from a woman, and no woman here is impure. So today, if you're going to tell a woman that you cannot enter a premises, be it a mosque or a temple, and say that because of your biological cycle, you're not allowed to enter the premises, it needs to be contested. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, रुको जरा, सबर करो, बोला धक्का बुक्की नहीं करने का, आराम से लेने का. हाँ.
चाहेंगी?
कहना तो बहुत कुछ चाहूँगी. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि तथाकथित फेमिनिस्ट जो पोजीशन है, ना वो धर्म समझते हैं, ना वो फेमिनिज्म का मर्म समझते हैं, ना वो एक्टिविस्ट का कर्म समझते हैं, और सबसे बड़ी बात है ना वो शर्म समझते हैं.
गजब बेइज्जती है.
सायरा जी ने अभी जो कहा कि मेंस्ट्रुएशन इम्प्योर नहीं है, मैं उससे बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ. मेरा धर्म ये कहता है कि मेंस्ट्रुएशन बिल्कुल भी इम्प्योर नहीं है. इसीलिए कामाख्या के मंदिर में आज भी साल में एक बार अंबुबाची मेला लगता है, जहाँ पे हम देवी का मेंस्ट्रुएशन सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. केरल में अयप्पा के लगभग 20,000 मंदिर हैं. उसमें 5 जो मंदिर हैं वो पंचशास्ता कहलाए जाते हैं, वो भी अयप्पा के ही मंदिर हैं. और हर मंदिर में भगवान एक ही है, अयप्पा ही है. वो 5 मंदिरों में से 4 मंदिरों में कोई भी जा सकता है. सिर्फ साबरीमला एक मंदिर है जहाँ पे ऐसा माना जाता है कि अयप्पा वहाँ नैष्ठिक ब्रह्मचर्य का पालन कर रहे हैं. इसलिए वो बोलते हैं कि उनको ऐसा बिलीफ है, वो बोलते हैं कि उनको एक 10 से 50 की एज में वहाँ स्त्रियों को अलाउड नहीं है. मेरा एक ही बस ये कहना है कि आप अगर अयप्पा में विश्वास करती हैं, if you are a practicing and believing Hindu, then Ayyappa is the same in any temple. So you go to any of the 19,999 temples of Ayyappa in Kerala, जहाँ पे आपको एंट्री है, जहाँ पे आप जाएं, आप पूजा करें.
Control.
तो सती was a legitimate practice. और जो मैं बात कर रही हूँ, मैं पर्सनली जो हूँ, बुरखा का कोई उसका मैं सपोर्ट नहीं करती. बट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, अगर कोई स्त्री बोल रही है ये रिग्रेसिव प्रैक्टिस नहीं है, एंड इफ आई एम अ प्रोग्रेसिव वुमन, आई विल फर्स्टली ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई शी वांट्स टू वेयर दैट बुरखा.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
I am actually surprised that in the process of talking about Sabarimala and gender, and perhaps even triple talaq, somehow we have managed to create a justification for why a woman must wear a burqa, and we should try and understand why she needs to wear a burqa. So the progressive mind says that no, even when somebody is expected to wear a burqa, you should try and understand if there is an element of, let's say, free agency in that, and she is wearing it out of her own free will. It is surprising that we don't wish to respect the sentiments of those women who want to protect the traditions of the temple, and we seem to give more importance to those sections of people who want to challenge the traditions of the temple. So all I'm asking myself is, you want to respect sentiments, then respect sentiments across the board and not selectively.
Khatam. Bye-bye, Tata, goodbye, Gaya.
A traditional place such as a place of worship cannot be expected to kowtow to the whims and fancies of modernity. Its loyalty is only to tradition, tradition and tradition alone. Okay?
So, रुको जरा, सबर करो.
That when you enter a temple, you cannot enter there as a matter of right. It is a privilege. and there is a reason for it. बस आप घर में बैठ के जब आप मूवी देख रहे हैं, आप अपने सर पे पॉपकॉर्न डाल लीजिए, किसी और के सर पे पॉपकॉर्न डाल लीजिए, आप चिल्ला लीजिए, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. लेकिन अगर आप सिनेमा थिएटर जाएंगे तो आप पब्लिक जगह पे जा रहे हैं, तो जिन्होंने पैसा दिया है उस मूवी को देखने के लिए, आप उनके राइट्स को भी रिस्पेक्ट करेंगे. एज सिंपल एज दैट.
पहली बात. दूसरी बात ये बोल रही है कि जो मिलियंस ऑफ वुमेन जो जाना चाहती है, कौन जाना चाहता है? रेहाना फातिमा, बिंदु, जो कम्युनिस्ट है. वो एक बिंदु है, एक रेहाना फातिमा है, बस वो जाना चाहती हैं. और वो जाना चाहती हैं, न्यूज़पेपर में रिपोर्ट्स आए थे कि यूज सैनिटरी नैपकिन लेके गई, तो मंदिर जाना चाहती हैं कि मंदिर को डिसेक्रेट करना चाहती हैं? आप सोच के बताइए.
मरना है क्या भोसड़ी के? मरना तेरे को डर नहीं लगता?
Let me be blunt. The fundamental issue has been the inability to strike a distinction between diversity and discrimination, between uniformity and equality, between pluralism and standardization. I have seen over the course of this debate and several debates repeated references to untouchability, to sati and whatnot. There is only one temple dedicated to a specific deity who happens to be a brahmachari, and in that particular place there is a restriction for a particular age group, not because of menstruation but because he is a brahmachari. And we are being told that that practice needs to be necessarily compared with untouchability, that needs to be compared with sati pratha, that needs to be compared with widow remarriage. Where is the sense of proportion in this debate?
No, I'd like to add something.
I'll have to finish my point. I'm not yet done, ma'am, and I've been silent all along. It doesn't make a difference if India is a secular country or not. You know why? Because a place of worship is not a secular place. By definition, it is a religious place. Okay? So please do not apply secular logic to religious places, because you will not tolerate application of religious logic to secular places. Okay?
Okay, my only...
I'm not done. Please, hold on. Anybody, I challenge members of this audience, because you happen to be a citizen of this country, can you just get into the Supreme Court and say that I will practice in the Supreme Court without having the necessary qualification, without following the necessary rules? Because then your argument is going to be, no, but when the Supreme Court comes out with rules, these rules are meant for everyone, there are not separate rules. Fantastic. Then why don't you recognize the fact that when it comes to the Hindu faith, it believes in diversity of spaces. There are specific spaces which are dedicated to a specific form of energy, and there are specific spaces which are open to everyone. If this particular faith's diversity is finished through the weaponized form of equality, which is nothing but standardization, I'm sorry to say it will result in unwarranted Abrahamization of the Hindu faith, and it will lose its originality, which I think is against the concept of Article 25 and 26. I'll just make one final point. You know, it's always possible to muddle the entire argument and muddle the entire issue by comparing it with something very, very bad or terrible. Nobody has been able to ask, or let's say answer the specific question. When you say that this temple does not allow women, and it has a problem with women, it is based on misogyny, it's based on patriarchy, I want to ask each of these people, what do you know about the temple before you have made that comment? What have you read before you have made that comment? Are you saying that you know better than centuries of people who have actually worshipped at the temple and who have practiced that particular faith? Unless and until you have a specific position, kindly don't make yourself the representative of the entire female community. You're not. Second, you can't speak on behalf of believers, you can't speak on behalf of the deity, you can't speak on behalf of the temple. To put it in the language of Game of Thrones, you know nothing, Jon Snow. Thank you.
खत्म. बाय बाय, टाटा, गुड बाय, गया.